The wind never stops on Mount Harlan. It doesn't pause. It doesn't rest. It claws at anything that dares to stand. A single child's glove, red wool, fingers curled as if still reaching for something, half buried in fresh powder. Snow is slowly consuming it. That glove belonged to Leo Mercer, 8 years old, 47 pounds. And right now, somewhere beneath 200 feet of ice and darkness, he is completely alone. The wind drops to near silence, just a whisper. The narrator, slow, deliberate. They say the mountain has no mercy, but the mountain is innocent. It's just rock, just ice, just wind following physics. No. It's the people who leave you behind that you should fear, the ones who hear you scream and walk away. What would you do if search and rescue gave up on your child? The wind explodes back, cut to black. Title card, The Blizzard. Letters crack like ice. Inside the Summit Lodge, warm, golden, a crackling fire. The smell of expensive whiskey and privilege. The powder crew, that's what they called themselves. 6 of them. Trust funds, designer ski jackets worth more than most people's monthly rent. Instagram followers in the hundreds of thousands. A shot of them laughing, clinking glasses. One of them, Brad Hollister, 24, chiseled jaw, dead eyes, is hunched over a GoPro camera. Brad's thumb hovers over a button. Delete all? He presses it. The footage vanishes. The footage of them cutting through a safety rope, of skiing into a restricted zone marked avalanche danger, of hearing a child's scream echo up from a ravine, and skiing faster. Intercut. Exterior. Police station parking lot. Snow hammering down. Desperate knocking. David Mercer is pounding on a patrol car window. His face is red, tears freezing on his cheeks. Please, he's out there. He's 8. You can't just... Police chief, stepping out, exhausted. Mr. Mercer, visibility is down to 12 feet. Wind chill is -40. I've got families too, sir. I can't send my men to die. David, breaking. Then what am I supposed to do? Back to the lodge. Brad raises his beer. To surviving the storm, boys. They drink. Outside the window, the blizzard screams. And somewhere beneath 1,000 tons of snow, Leo Mercer's fingers are turning blue. The narrator. Inside that lodge, they were warm. They were laughing. They had deleted the evidence of their crime. And they believed they had gotten away with it. They hadn't met Silas Grey. Interior, David Mercer's truck, engine running, heat blasting. He's staring at his phone. One contact. No name, just a number. His wife left him 3 years ago, said he was too intense, too focused on things that didn't matter. Leo was the only thing that mattered now. He presses call. Intercut. A cabin. Sparse, military-grade minimalism. A man sits in darkness cleaning a fixed-blade knife. The phone buzzes once. Silas Grey picks it up. He doesn't say hello. David, voice cracking. They called off the search. My boy is on the mountain, in a ravine. Nobody will help me. Silence. David, I was told you find people, that you go where others won't. More silence. Then, Silas, voice like gravel under ice. Where? Exterior. 20 minutes later, a black pickup truck cuts through the whiteout. Silas Grey steps out. He's not wearing ski gear. He's wearing tactical boots, a Kevlar-lined parka, night vision monocular strapped to his head, climbing harness, titanium ice axes crossed on his back. He looks at David Mercer. You said a ravine. Which one? David, I don't know. The ski patrol found tracks leading to the forbidden zone, but... Silas, someone knows. He looks up at the glowing windows of the Summit Lodge. Silas, someone always knows. The narrator. Silas Grey was not a rescue worker. He was not a policeman. He was something else entirely. Some called him a tracker. Some called him a ghost. Those who had been found by him called him something different. They called him the Adjustment. Interior. Summit Lodge Bar. Loud, music thumping, drunk skiers everywhere. The fireplace roars. The powder crew is on their 4th round. Brad is telling a story, something about a girl in Aspen. The others are laughing. Then the front door slams open. The wind screams into the room, glasses shatter, the fire flickers. Every head turns. Silas Grey stands in the doorway. Snow swirls around him like a living thing. His eyes scan the room, cold, methodical, predatory. They land on Brad. He walks forward. The crowd parts. No one speaks. Bartender, hey man, you can't just... Silas doesn't even look at him. He reaches Brad's table. Brad, nervous laugh. Can I help you? Silas places both hands on the table, leans in. 3 hours ago, you cut through a safety rope on the north face. You skied into a restricted zone marked avalanche danger. You heard a child's scream echo up from a ravine and skied faster. Brad's face goes pale. Silas, you deleted the GoPro footage 26 minutes ago. Your friend Kyle posted an Instagram story at 4:47 p.m., time-stamped, geotagged. He pulls Brad closer, their faces inches apart. Silas, quiet, terrifying. You like the cold, Brad? Let's go for a walk. He drags Brad toward the door. Brad's friends don't move. They're frozen. Brad, screaming, help! Someone help me! Nobody helps. Because deep down in the coward's heart of every person in that room, they all know what Brad did. The narrator. No one stopped him. No one called the police. Because in that moment, watching Silas Grey drag that boy into the storm, they all understood something primal. This wasn't violence. This was balance. Exterior. The mountain. Full whiteout. Visibility 10 feet. Wind 60 miles per hour. Temperature -38. Brad is crying. He's wearing a $4,000 ski jacket and he's crying like a child. Please, I can't see. I can't breathe. Silas walks ahead, pulling him by a rope tied around his waist. He doesn't look back. Walk. I'm going to die out here. Silas, still not looking back. Then you'll know how Leo feels. Time lapse. They climb. Brad falls. Silas pulls him up. Brad falls again. Silas pulls him up again. The wind never stops. 2 hours. In conditions that would kill most men in 45 minutes, Silas Grey doesn't slow down. Finally, Brad collapses. Please, here. It was here. The crevasse is 20 meters to the left. Please, I showed you. Let me go back. Silas looks at the GPS on his wrist. He walks 20 meters left. The ground drops away into blackness. The Harlan crevasse. He turns back to Brad. Stay here. If you run, I will find you, and I won't bring you back this time. Brad curls into a ball in the snow, weeping. Silas turns to the abyss, and he jumps. Interior. The crevasse, Silas rappels down on a tactical line. His headlamp cuts through absolute darkness. The ice walls glow blue, ancient, beautiful, deadly. 40 feet down, 60 feet, 80 feet. Then he sees it. A splash of red. Leo's jacket. Silas is breathing, controlled, even, then faster. He reaches the bottom. Leo is curled against the ice wall. Frost covers his eyelashes.
His lips are purple. Silas presses 2 fingers to the boy's neck. 1 second. 2 seconds. A pulse. Faint. Weak. But there. Silas into radio. I have him. He's alive. Hypothermic. I'm bringing him up. He wraps Leo in an emergency thermal blanket, straps him to his chest, and begins to climb. 100 feet, with an unconscious child on his back, in a blizzard, against ice that wants to kill him. The human body is not designed to do what Silas Grey did that night. Every muscle screaming, every breath like swallowing glass. But some men are not limited by what the body is designed to do. Some men are built for exactly one purpose. And Silas Grey's purpose was climbing out of that grave. He reaches the top. He stands in the howling wind, a child pressed against his chest. And for the first time in the entire night, he allows himself one breath of relief. Exterior, base of the mountain, emergency lights flashing, paramedics rushing forward. Silas hands Leo to the medics. David Mercer pushes through the crowd, sees his son, sees the small hand move. He falls to his knees. David, Leo, Daddy's here. Behind them, a police cruiser pulls up. Brad Hollister stumbles out of the back, wrapped in a shock blanket. Frostbite on his ears, on his fingers, on his soul. His friends are in another cruiser, all of them. Police chief to Silas, we got the Instagram footage. Reckless endangerment, failure to render aid. They're looking at 8 to 12 years. Silas doesn't respond. He's already walking back to his truck. David, calling out, Grey! Silas stops, doesn't turn around. David, thank you. A pause. Silas, don't thank me. Raise him right. He disappears into the snow. Final shot. Leo's hand, now wrapped in a warming blanket, reaches out and holds his father's finger, tight. Sound. The wind fades. For the first time, silence. Narrator, closing. The police said it was too dangerous, that no one could survive those conditions. Silas Grey went anyway. Brad Hollister and his friends are currently awaiting trial. The Harlan crevasse has been permanently closed to all skiers. But here's what I want to know. Did the punishment fit the crime? Should Brad have faced something worse than prison? Or did Silas go too far? Comment below. And if you think a father's love is the most dangerous force on this mountain, subscribe because Silas Grey isn't done adjusting.